even by our father Isaac. For, oh, please listen to God. The children not yet being born, nor having done any good or any evil. They haven't done a thing, friend. They were only conceived and they haven't done a thing yet. Now, that the purpose of God, listen, according to election. What about it, God? That it and it alone might stand. What is God saying? I elected Israel and only certain people in Israel. I elected Abraham and I told Abraham I was going to give him a seed. I elected Sarah and not Hagar. I elected Sarah and not Keturah. Now he's saying the same thing here. Just in case you started saying, well, the only reason he didn't select Ishmael because Ishmael did something and Isaac was such a good boy. God said, no, friends, that's not how my election works. My election starts before conception. For when they were conceived and they were not even born yet, they haven't done any good or any evil. That the purpose of God, according to what? Election. That it and it alone might stand. Not of works, but of him. Who's the him? The him is God. It goes back to the one doing the electing. Who do what? Calls. You see that? What has to happen to you? And you better be called. If you're not called, it doesn't matter if you go to church. If you're not called, friend, that simply means you're not one of the children of promise. Say, well, who's God going around calling? Going around calling whoever you want. That's what he's trying to tell you right here. He says, when people are conceived, and it doesn't matter if they do any good or if they walk out of the room being a serial killer. It doesn't matter. Why? Because the purpose of God through his own election will stand. And you can't do anything about it. Neither can I. Not of works. What's the works? The works is the good that they might do. The works is the evil that they will do. But of him, but of God, who does what? He calls. What is he calling them for? Because he elected them. That's the only reason he calls them. Because he chose them before the foundation of the world. It was said to her, to Rebecca, before the kids even came out. The older shall serve the younger. As it is written, look at this, folks. Jacob, I have loved. When, folks, when did God love Jacob? When? When did he do that? He did it before they were born. Look, that's what he said. He said, I purpose within myself to set my love upon Jacob. But he did something else. What did he do? He said, this other guy, this other son who came from the same mother, this other son who came from the same father, who were in the womb at the same time. He didn't do anything worthy for salvation. He didn't do anything unworthy of salvation. But what did God say about him? I chose to hate him. Say, what? Are you kidding me? God just goes around hating people? Hey, friends, listen. Jacob was a sinner, a filthy, rotten, wretched sinner. Oh, guess what? So was Esau. You say, well, why in the world did God love Jacob and hate Esau? Hey, friend, I got the same question. Have you read about Jacob? He was a rascal. Even his name means he's a rascal. God had no business loving that guy, but he did. He did it, friend, not based on behavior. He did it based on his own sovereign choice. Could Jacob stop God from electing him? No. Could Esau stop God from not electing him? No. Kevin, how can that be? How can that be fair? How can that be right? How can God go around when the children, neither one of them did anything? They were both innocent. No, they were not innocent, friends. They were both sinners, and both of them should have been cast in hell. Not just Esau. Jacob should have been cast into hell too. He was a filthy, rotten sinner, just like Esau. But God set his love upon Jacob. Why? Because Jacob did something? No, friend, not of works. He did nothing. Then why? So that election, God's election, might stand. You say, well, I don't agree with that. Have you forgotten already? Have you forgotten? Haven't we gone through this already? There are many plans in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the Lord's counsel, only that's going to stand. The Lord brings the counsel of nations to nothing. He makes the plans of the people of no effect. The counsel of the Lord stands forever. The plans of his heart, to all generation. You don't remember that? If this is true, and you come over here and you read this, then you understand exactly what God is saying.